the meaning for Memphis and why the Big 12 said, hey, in a world where everybody's just grabbing money left and right, we don't want the money that you were offering.
So, yeah, a couple of things. And, yes, this kind of came out of nowhere, though. I know reporters say this a lot. It's not something that we hadn't been hearing about. I think it didn't become operational until more recently. There was this idea that Memphis was trying to, SMU their way into the Big 12, basically say, we'll come in for nothing. So, take us that for that reason. And plus have a little something on top in terms of bringing some sponsorship deals. Here's the thing. So, I know $200 million sounds like a lot to us guys, but if you start looking at that over a 5-year period, split between 17 schools, you're talking about $2 to $3 million a school. Again, I'd take that. Like, $1 million here, $1 million there. You're almost talking real money, right, guys? But in the grand scheme of things, that's not really moving. I don't know if that's really moving beyond, really pushing the envelope for some of these schools. You're also looking at, hey, we're living through the transition of some of these American schools in the Big 12 right now. And it's a little hard, right? Do we want to bring in another school that's going to need 2, 3, 4 years to get up to speed, right? The first couple of years, other than BYU, the first couple of years of Cincinnati and UCF and Houston, football-wise, not basketball, but football-wise, have been a little rough. So now you assume Memphis is going to have to go through that transition. I think there's also another part of this, and it speaks to sort of like what's to come. And I do think schools are now looking at this and saying, well, wait a second. In 5 more years, there might be something different than what we have now. Every time I'm on this show, I feel like I bring up the term Super League, right?
Yep.
Why would we, the Big 12, want to, not the Big 12 conference, but the schools within the Big 12, want to elevate another school that could now be our competition for being part of whatever the next thing is?